okay. Oh, dang it. Posted the big one. I hate when it does the really blocky text one. Can't it just be nice all the time?
I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much to BPG for the subscription. I can't believe it's been 11 months. It's almost been a year, if you can't tell. I'm I'm like really bubbly today. So the Arknights is gonna hit harder when I start crying. But I'm very, very happy today. Thank you so much. Game? Are you okay? It might not be. It did not want to be okay. It should be okay now, hopefully. I'm gonna turn my phone down so I don't get ambushed. Free pull time, yeah. At work, so go to lurk, have fun. Oh, fair enough. Thank you for the lurk. I hope work goes well for you. Oh, I'm like way too happy. A 3-star. I'm okay with that. Hi, Spot. Hey. That's okay. I got my boy. I'm happy. I'm just happy in general. It's gonna go on YouTube and then I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. Feels okay, man. Yeah, that's fair. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear the smile in my voice, and I think that's hilarious. Did I get another friend request? I got many of them during my panel. So you might be a panel person. The like last half of my panel was just me giving out my Arknights. You can hear it. I'm happy. Don't look at my sanity. They made fun of my sanity in the panel because it was like this. We went to show my home screen and the panel burst out laughing and I was like, don't you laugh at me! But it's okay. The panel went really well and I'm really happy. I don't remember the voices I gave for the characters. It's been too long. I know one of them had like the like little cheerful upper voice, so that one's gonna be easy today. Don't mind me quickly doing my bass. But also not finishing my bass, because I'm only gonna put people to bed and then I'm gonna leave.
Doctor, need me to give
I hope you guys are doing well today. I am literally... I don't think I've ever streamed this early. Maybe I have a couple times, but today I was just like, alright. I'm awake, I'm bubbly, I'm streaming. I believe I ended at -2. I didn't write it down, so I'm quickly gonna look at the synopsis of it. And then I will start at 3, because I think that's where I am. The float is contained. Yeah. Pretty new brother added to the group. Alrighty, story. Before. Oh. I'm like, it's so giddy. My dear sister. Traveling with a gentleman has taught me that the lands beyond are very different from the Hun. Humans have invented many new things in just a few decades. There are all kinds of cities in Yan, more than just fields as far as the eye can see. There are glamorous palaces and busy markets, and so many more fascinating things. I'm just coming back for a little break, then I'll go out on a long journey again. I don't know how many years it will be. Dahling isn't a backwater hovel it once was. There are many people who can take care of these fields for you. Are you sure you don't want to go and see with me? I realize that the world outside isn't so different from Dahling after all. How long has it been? Decades? Centuries? Perspectives change. The more you see, the more you realize that people are the same everywhere. Devious, but predictable. Yes, now I fully understand what that gentleman said before he died. Just how long do you plan to stay here, my dear sister? Oh, hey. Why do you still shut yourself away like this? It took us so much effort to get you out of that hill. Choose not here. Want to go for a walk with me? There's nothing new here, but the produce is on another level compared to the agricultural plates in the other cities. Say, have you seen how they make the booze out of grain yet? Did the Tianchi Burrows come looking for trouble? Not afraid of the Tianchi Burrows. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Burrows? Skills like that, you should be dealing with that big guy outside who refuses to move. All the Tianchis are out there for the relief effort. Can I do it on my own? It's not like I could do it with my own 2 hands. I'm so bored. Come on, let's see what you're drawing. No. Oh, don't be like that. I could give you ideas if you got art block or whatever. Get out. I'm so nervous. Looks like you're hiding something. No, I'm not. Something's just bothering me. The folks at Tianchi Burrows might be annoying, but they can't actually do anything about you. The Imperial Court has already given us a guarantee. The worst they could do is complain. So you're bothered about him? I can feel his presence. He never hides. Are you sure you don't want to go and— Oh, sorry, that's her. I can feel his presence. He never hides. Are you sure you don't want to go and see him? We're family, after all. No. Wow, you really are cold. I heard how he always brought you the best paintings of the era whenever he passed by your hill. Don't pretend you didn't like them. Things are different now. When was the last time you saw him? I can't say I remember. His business got so big that he started getting warnings from the Sui regulator. He pulled things back a little afterwards. He's been enjoying himself the last few years sightseeing all over Yan. But the Sui regulator keeps much tighter eye on him than it does us. How do you know all that? I had a peek into the regulator's notebooks. I lurk. Heck yeah, thank you. I appreciate the lurk. Also, thank you for the follow. I said it to you before, but I'll say it on stream as well. The course of my dealings with them. The parts that weren't so double classified, anyway. His business became so big. I just remember him as that simple-minded boy following Shu around with no eye for anything other than silkworms and mulberry. Last time I saw him, he passed by and I caught a glimpse through the painting. His eyes were clouded, repulsive, like that stinky Wei-Kuei failure? I know. He was in Baizhou the year after our Wei-Kuei failure broke out. I think Yan had its eyes on for the past few years while ignoring you and I. You think they're in cahoots? No idea. I thought Ling and Deg were the only ones he got along with. But he wouldn't have been able to call on people like he does now if the Sui regulator made a decision like that, would he? You know how comfortable he is in human skin. Every transaction in the books he submits every year to the Sui regulator is perfectly above board. You couldn't find a flaw if you put them under a microscope. He's always the first to donate whenever a city is hit by catastrophe. The Sui regulator has given him some respect on that point alone. You really think he did it out of the kindness of his heart? He's our brother. I won't badmouth him behind his back. Yeah, right. Anyway, relationships like ours don't exist among humans. Brothers, sisters, You what? Get out of here. Now, and no peeking. Fine. No need to get all violent and excitable. Sibling ties in the worldly sense mean nothing to us after all. Hibionese historians will invent a word to describe a relationship in a few hundred years or so. Maybe. But we would have thrown a few more family reunions if you could change that stubborn streak of yours. I'm not stubborn. So when are you gonna show me the 12 scrolls in your study? Go away. Yeah, I know it's 12. You kept one for Sanji, your third sister, even after she disappeared. Figured out who the people depicted in the scrolls are, or did you give up on that? Unless you haven't even started on your self-portrait. Why are you so stubborn? A rainstorm. The dark clouds have dispersed, but the moisture in the air remains palpable. Zhou Li watches Hisheng clench his teeth and press the switch on his apparatus. A large vehicle, the likes of which he has never seen, rolls over to the fields, trampling row after row of crops beneath. Wind blows past dead yellow leaves, making a sound like scornful laughter. Disaster comes and goes as it pleases. What can mortal men do before the will of heaven? All these crops have to be destroyed? Yeah. It's my first ever test field. Maisie. All soaked in ornogenium-polluted water. No other choice. Storing ornogenium-polluted soil is extremely difficult. The land is vast, but precious little of it is fit for farming. Even the cob of the corn was sweet. I tried it when I first came to Dahling. It's the best thing ever. I wanted to grow it in the earth so that everyone could taste the sweetness, feel the joy that I did when I tried it for the first time. I'm like so happy, and meanwhile this event is like, our fields are dying. Only the bare earth is left once the engine rumbling passes. I found you, Shelly! The farmers are arguing with the Tianshis after the engineers bulldozed a field. You need to come, hurry! Folks, the disasters left us with little supplies and even less time. We can't afford any delays. The decision has already been made to abandon these farms. Please let us pass through with our tools. Abandon, you liar! The Tianshis who planted here told me 2 days ago that the crop research was at a crossroads. Who gave you the authority to trample our fields with your trucks? Ornogenium particle concentration in plate D4 soil samples exceeded acceptable limits. This means the field is polluted and no longer usable. We've dealt with stuff like this every year. Who do you think you are, an outsider deciding that this field should be abandoned? These fields can't be moved. It's been polluted by natural disaster, and the higher-ups have made a decision to not save it. This is already a bad year for harvest. It's going to be a famine if we don't save the fields. You've never seen thousands die of starvation, have you? All you people care about is your construction projects. You're not helping to save the fields, you're trampling them. The hunting belongs to us. You speak without wisdom. No wisdom, huh? I'll show you wisdom. You dare strike me? Screw you, son of a... I'll show you a son of a... Hey, everybody, calm down! Uncle Wang. These fields. Just look. It's bad enough the fields are ruined by ornogenium. All these people are running it over with their trucks. All they talk about is ministers and reports. Minister who? I've never seen them. I've not received any notice of these fields being abandoned. I thought the decision had been made to prioritize saving the soil. You didn't hear? Construction supplies have arrived. The rebuilding of Dahling resumed last night. The cost of soil repairs has been reassessed based on the latest damage reports. The decision was made to prioritize construction on the core and abandon the outer agricultural plates, and make preparations to move to the core city. What? Has research on the source of the pollutant been completed? Why the hasty decision? One moment. This comes from the Tianchi Burrows, way up. You can ask the chain yourself if you don't believe it. Sheng turns around. Farmers stare blankly at the tread marks left on the fields. Tianchi Burrows' instructions are to abandon fields. We will comply. But these fields aren't just places of work, they're people's homes as well. If there hasn't been a formal notice of evacuation, please move this equipment elsewhere, at least for now. Fine, but it'll happen in the next few days. Dushi. I understand the hard work you folks put into farming this land, but things have changed. People were stuck to the earth before nomadic cities. Today, though, most agriculture takes place in hydroponic plates on facilities on mobile plates. To be frank, there's nothing special about this land. You said you're studying ornogenium-resistant crops, but nothing's come of the research after all these years, has it? I'm just not sure if this is the only result. Then, there's no way to expand the application of Wekling, the 10,000 King of Fertile Fields project. All these fields and nothing to show for it, not even a bud of hope. You're gone. What did you say to them, Shahi? Nothing special. I think we should get cleaning up, Uncle Wang.
Big Buffalo! Big Buffalo! What are you doing just standing there? What are we gonna do? Listen to the Tianchis and move Dahaling away? Leave all these fields behind? We should go ask the Xiangsheng. Say something!
She'd be the first to know if anything was happening to Dahaling. If she isn't saying anything, that means it's out of her hands. And mine.
Why are you holding your head like that?
Maybe Shenong was really a celestial Xiang. Otherwise, how could she have carved out farmland in an environment like this?
Sure, Shenong was amazing, but it's amazing how many people have taken care of this land. Shenong would be mad if you gave up this easy. Whoa!
Greenbud steps on something and hastily pulls her leg back. A figure rises from the swaying rice. Oh, that was a good dream. I dreamed of a bumper harvest before catastrophe woke me up. He's so pretty. Oh my gosh. He's gorgeous. Yeah, he's so pretty. Let me play him. He can be a merchant. It would make sense.
Hey, why are you sleeping in the field? Someone might step on you.
You already stepped on me.
That's because you're sleeping in the fields.
Apologies, sir. Are you okay? I'm not injured, but I've got a big muddy footprint on this fine fabric.
It's your fault for not watching where you're sleeping.
You should watch when you're walking. Grain buds.
Well, what do you want me to do? Wash it for you? Buy a new set?
Forget it. All my clothes are made of the finest stuff from all over the land. You wouldn't know how to wash it. He's a posh. Posh guy. Are you the one who delivered the relief supplies? Hey, you're awfully clever. I'm a trader who managed to make a few coins. I came back when I heard that disaster that hit Dahaling. Gotta do my part from my homeland, after all.
You're from Dahaling? Why are you sleeping in the fields then? Don't you have a home here?
It's been so long that I could hardly recognize the place. Lost my way. Say, do you know where the Shadow Play Theater is?
Shadow play? What's that?
The kind of play that uses shadows cast by cloth-shrouded lamps and straw figures. Do you not watch shadows play here anymore?
I've never seen it.
Where do you celebrate the harvest now? Great stage.
Just follow this path and turn left at the third tree. It's behind the Shenong Shrine.
Oh, the Shenong Shrine is still here? That's good to hear. Thanks, you're the first one to point the way for me. Well, fate has determined that we would meet. Here, I have a wish for sale. Anything you like. The man opens his hand to reveal a round stone that gives off a serene glow.
What's this?
A wish for anything you desire.
A wish? I don't believe you. You're a traitor, not some Xian. How could you make my wish come true?
I may be a humble trader, but I'm a big enough deal that I buy and sell anything. But the opportunity to trade with me doesn't come to everyone.
For real?
Grainbuds looks back at his Shang behind her. He thinks about it and turns back to the man.
I wish Dahan could always be safe and peaceful, and the harvest always good.
Sure. I can sell you that wish. What will you pay me for it? Grainbuds, this guy's kind of weird. We should go.
There's no use trying to scam me. I don't have any valuables.
It doesn't have to be valuable in terms of monetary value. I accept anything that you value and treasure.
Shelly, can I play that song?
She's never going to be able to play the song ever again. This guy is fey-coded. Song? What song? Grainbuds pouts.
You stupid buffalo!
Far away, a few foul beasts perch atop a stock beast, picking bugs off of its hide with their long beaks. The stock beast quietly munches on grass with a foul beast frolic atop, occasionally stretching their necks and chirping happily. Grainbuds puts her flute to her lips. The wind provides a gentle accompaniment. Green hills, flowing water, moonlight on the river. Sway, sway, little boat, let the flowers bloom. Silent are the stars on high, the wandering seeds sprout. Far on a boat you go, rice flowers in the wind. Sway, sway, far away you go. A fine payment. The stone is yours, your wish will come true.
Huh.
Grainbuds puts down the flute, glares at his Shang, and then runs away fuming. She looked angry. Why? She arranged it for me when I took my entrance exam 3 years ago. I remembered. She put me on the spot. Ah, such a precious sentiment. What about you? Is there anything you would like to buy from me? Me? Thank you. There's nothing I want in particular right now. Or should I say is what I want can't be bought. I have to earn it on my own. I could hear you out if you like then. There isn't much I can brag about, but I've been to more places than most. So I sell more things than most. You said sell anything? You sell a future where nobody will starve? Yes. What? The more valuable the good, the higher the price. What price will you pay for your tremendous dream? Well, I've cleaned up the polluted crops, Hishang. Anything else you need me to? You? Not sure why you're staring at me, young man. Have we met before? Excuse me, sir. We need to talk. I'm already loving this Sweet Brothers so much. He's so pretty. Mr. G. Ah, you must be young Lord Zal. Alas, where are my manners? I didn't even prepare a gift for our first meeting. You know me? Zali reflectively reaches for his sword and finds only a Tianchi apparatus for controlling agricultural instruments on his belt. His movement did not escape the man's attention. The corner of the man's mouth rises up slightly. No need to be nervous, Lord Zal. These are but harmless toys. We have cause to effect. Cut unreal to real. Are these your creations? Just doing my part. The man waves his hand and the strange creature turns to tiny threads before vanishing. The ways of the Fairnamut proxies are mystifying. Petty parlor tricks, not much use to them. Pestilence and blight tend to follow a flood. Dealing with a disaster you can't see or touch is hard. Weave it into an object and it becomes easier to deal with. My elder sister would chastise me for violating the laws of nature if she saw me do this. You shouldn't be here. This is my childhood home, after all. I got a little homesick. I didn't know your kind had childhoods. They're all ignorant ones, no matter how long our lifespans. New things left a deeper impression on us, and we think more about those who were around us at the time. Any meeting of you and your siblings is an important matter. It should have been reported to the SWE regulator in advance. The Imperial Court's convoy was delayed by catastrophe. Got word from the old Tianchi and immediately sent relief supplies out of my own pocket. I only saw my older sister briefly, and haven't caught a glimpse of the younger ones. Isn't the SWE regulator being a little, inhumane? The SWE regulator has instructions to keep a close eye on you. Even though I've never broken a single rule in all these years. It's not up to you. Yet you're not wearing the garb of a candle holder. The man smiles. His demeanor is gentle, polite, relaxed. But Zali cannot help but feel a chill run up his spine. I've heard much about you, Lord Zal. That we should meet here is certainly the will of heaven, and I would very much like to make your acquaintance. There's no need to flatter me. I've seen many a scion of blue blood families in Baizhou, plenty of them intelligent and learned, but it'd be a challenge to find more than a handful who could get down to business and do honest work like you. In the 11th month of last year, you entered the den of Langyi Xiahaizong by yourself and rescued dozens of innocent prisoners. In the 2nd month of this year, you braved dangerous dangers in pursuit of that special goblet. The uninformed believe you have risen to your position at such a young age because of your father, but what do they know of the dangers of a candle holder's duty? Why should one mistake wipe out all the hard work you've done in the past? You're not supposed to know of these things. A businessman hears many things, after all. The things one hears can be a comedy too, if another is willing to pay the price for them. And it's my business to know what kind of customers would pay what kind of price for information. For example, I know what's on the other side of the river to the north of Dahling. I know what Nian is building here. I know you suspect that ulterior motives were involved in the catastrophe that struck Human. But all your leads came up empty. Am I right? Your meticulousness is impressive. But I would not underestimate the SWE regulator if I were you. We will get to the bottom of any suspicion we have. I would caution you to toe the line. Is this a word of advice from a friend? A word of warning from a candle holder of the SWE regulator? I'm sure you worry too much. The best Tianchis in all of Yan have gathered in the Chamber of Heaven's Design north of Dahai. What can one little man do? Should you not be more concerned about the things across the river? What? Do you know how many Tianchis the Chamber of Heaven's Design have lost in the past 3 months? Don't you dare spread lies and rumors. Trust is a merchant's greatest asset. I never lie, Lord Zal. You can look into it yourself if you don't believe it. Then think about what you want to do and whether it might involve a deal with me. Everything is just as usual. The wind is silent. Stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The girl looks around.
Stupid Mian Mian! How many times have I told him not to run away? Stupid Xiaohe! He doesn't even remember my song. I'm not playing with him anymore.
Layer after layer of leaves block out the sky. The wind brings with it a pleasant scent of rice. The earth is damp. She leaves footprints in it as she steps upon it, walking forward while brushing aside the leaves that hide the skies.
Mian Mian, it's time to go home. Mian Mian, why did you run away? Get back to your pen or I'm gonna get scolded along with you.
A gentle breeze brushes by. The large, dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. Grandbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. I'm going away.
Huh?
I don't want to eat grass anymore.
What? Has Xiaohe been putting weird stuff in your fodder again? I'll talk to him and make sure you guys are eating properly.
It's scary here. Death is coming. Will you come with us?
You mean the flood a few days ago? No need to be scared, the flood is gone. I'll build tougher houses for you so you won't have to be afraid when catastrophe comes. I'll protect you.
No. It comes from across the river. Look beneath your feet.
Beneath? What?
Grandbud sees her own reflection in those eyes. A gentle breeze brushes by. The large, dark eyes of the stock beast reflect the skies, the clouds, and the fields. The girl looks around. Stock beasts bury their heads in the grass. The wind is silent. Everything is just as usual. Uncle Wang, what are you doing? Moving trees. The peace tree? It was in perfectly good shape. Why are you moving it? What about the two Mutianshis? Give me a hand to move that dirt over there. Come back to the factories. We'll be transporting materials through here in a bit. Everyone knows that there's no saving this land. Xiaohe, you're a student at the Tianxi Bureau. You're also from around here. Tell us what happened to the land. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I know every inch of land is business to the Mandarins. How much money it takes to turn them into a moving plate, how much money to make them they stand to make. But this is our home. My family's lived here for generations. How could they tell us to abandon our home just like that? This is my home too. I promise I'll get to the bottom of what's happening here. I'll find a way to save the land. What use are your promises? I promised to take these fields along when they started building the nomadic city. Fine. Pretend I lost the land in catastrophe. I'm taking this tree with me. My grandpa's grandma planted it. People in the cities think home is something you can take with you. Well, this tree is my home and I'm taking it with me. I'll help. The old farmer lifts the peace tree onto his shoulders. Carrying his home, he leaves deep footprints in the mud. Li Shang looks back at the court city as he carries the heavy tree. The lumberjack looks down, a blank expression on his face. After a period of silence, he opens his mouth. Are you looking for something?
You can talk?
What are you doing here?
My stock beast ran away. I came to bring him back.
What stock beast?
Right here.
She points to her side. The water underneath her feet reflects her figure, the clouds, the sky. There is straw all around, but no sign of any animal. She blinks.
I could have sworn he was here.
Follow me. I'll help you find your stock beast.
Have a seat, Lord Zhao.
Assistant Minister Ning.
What a coincidence. From Shangsu to Yumen, now to Dahling. You've been an outstanding candleholder to be handed such responsibility.
What are your instructions?
Please, no need for such formality. I would not be meeting you here if this was official business. There is a matter that requires your assistance in a less than official matter.
About the sleep proxies?
The 12 Pagodas in 5 cities project is crucial importance to Great Yan. Having 4 proxies here in the same place at a time like this, it's a headache to say the least. There may be devastating consequences if someone with ulterior motives decides to cause trouble.
Do you mean to say that you already know someone intends to cause trouble?
Are you aware that the development at Dahling has resumed?
And trader supplies. You should not interfere with such matters.
All I know is that he had a meeting with Assistant Minister Wan from the Ministry of Engineering. Do you know him?
I'm familiar with him. He's been working on Dahling's mobile plate development in the recent years, but he also participated in Yumen's repairs a few months ago. What is G planning?
She was known to be close to Shu, and the two of them used to farm Dahling 1,000 years ago. She left Dahling to start a business. He returns to Dahling once every few decades. Last visit was 60 years ago. You recall these details well.
Do you suspect that he intends to sabotage Dahling?
Right now, we need to figure out why he came back to Dahling. This is what I would like you to uncover.
The Ministry of Rights and the Sui Regulator have long been at odds over the Sui issue. Yet, now you're asking me to do this.
Where do you stand yourself?
As a candle holder, my duty is to my orders, of course.
You want to be a good sword. That way, it's not the sword's fault even if it kills the wrong person.
I'm not trying to shrink responsibility.
Have you ever thought about why the Sui Regulator wants to eliminate the Sui by force? There comes a day when Yuman goes to the capital, ending the existence of both cities in the Paramount. The sound of cannon fire. Do we really say we had no choice about all the people who lose their homes and the soldiers who lose their lives? Is there really no other way?
What prompts you to ask me to do this?
The welfare of the people, not the cloaks and daggers sort. Of the court. Honesty and integrity. I'm sure the answer is right there in your heart.
The man points to the calm surface of the river. It's smooth like a mirror, almost like it is frozen in place. The water reflects the clouds and the sky in the girl's face. The dog priest is inside.
In the river?
You want to find him? Go down.
Alright. I'll find him down there and bring him back to his pen.
The river channel booms with the sound of crashing water and rolling air. The girl steps forward.
Come back, you'll die!
The old lumberjack suddenly raises his axe high before putting it back down meekly. Let me go. It's just she. I'll bring her back. I know how to handle it. She's not that far gone. Let me go and I can bring her back. Shishi, no, she can still be saved. Shishi!
There's only death there. She's beyond all help. You can't save her. Go back. Put up a grave monument. Where do you think you're going, idiot? Huh? The stock beast is down there. The old lumberjack told me so I'm bringing him back.
You're the stock beast, you dumb rice brain.
Are you talking about me?
Of course I'm talking about you. You think there's a stock beast down there? Are you blind or stupid?
Oh, shut up!
Splat. A piece of river mud hits Grainbuds in the face. Oh.
Ugh.
Her sight remains surprisingly clear. She still sees everything before her.
What's going on?
Grainbuds tries to wipe the mud away, but there's something hard in the mud that sticks to her face.
Why are there 2 pieces of rice? Uncle? Where's the mute uncle?
What uncle? All I see is you trying to jump in the water. You crazy idiot. Throw that away. Grainbuds washes away the mud by the river. Angry girl turns around. There's nobody in the forest beyond the levee. She stares long and hard into the woods and nods. The footsteps grow distant, disappearing amongst the trees. Has violated this... What is that word? Oh man, the hydrate and snack that you redeemed is still out of stock. Is it? I can put hydrate back on. Maybe. Can I? Hydrate? It's temporary unavailable. I should be able to change that. Manage rewards. Is this gonna open up in another tab? Because that'll suck. This gives me a moment to be all smiley again, so I'm okay with a little break. I'm reading this depressing event. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I'm so happy. It's alright. We're doing great. Ah! Okay, sorry about that. I dropped my phone. I have to go on to Twitch online, in order to bring the reduce back. I can make words happen right now. I can make my own thoughts coherent. Trust. It's so nice to just read because I don't have to actually think. But I don't know what this is. This statues? Statues? What is this word? Well, I think when AI can do it for you. I don't want AI to think for me. I gotta look up this word. Is this statues? No, it's not statues. Let's see what online.
Statute.
Statute. Statute. Okay. Can I bring them back? Map. Manage. It says enabled. Maybe I gotta bop and then bop. I don't know. Mods might have more privilege than me. Can anybody do a redeem for hydration? Is that allowed? It is unavailable. Statute of... Oh, okay. That makes sense. Statute of limitations. Okay. Well, if you want me to drink, just say in chat, sippy or drink. I'm sorry. After the 130 snack redeems, the market crashed. Hydrate, okay. I have drank my lemonade. Has violated the statute by entering Dahaling and meeting proxies without permission. The penalties hereof are temporarily deferred in consideration of his assistance to the disaster relief efforts. It is hereby ordered that depart Dahaling within 3 days. Why are they censoring the name? Isn't it G? Under the supervision of the SWE regulators. Any delays will be subject to strict penalties. Ah, my phone. I gotta boop boop. Oh, it was just one of my many gotcha games being like, you haven't logged on yet. The red stamped letter sits prominently at the center of the table. It seems that whoever placed it here knew when the master of the room would return and how she would react. So you wouldn't tell it to my face. You say you trust me, but will we ever have a chance to sit down and talk to each other again? Oh, that was all I had to... Oh, wow. 3 is done. And only under 40 minutes. Hey! That's not too bad. My goal is to get to Dash 6 today. It's a big goal. But I think I can do it. Don't mind my bubbliness. Don't mind it. I'm good. Yo, Hooray Tenpei, what are you doing here? Why? You're okay? Oh my gosh, it's him. Nasi, thank you very much. I was transporting rare ore from the north and selling it from the south, and I got waylaid. You really saved my hide there. You shouldn't be traveling by the side trails. It was because we were in a hurry. Anyway, thank you very much for your help. Please accept this token of my appreciation. Not interested. Bye. Sir? Sir? I assume you're a martial artist of some renown. That you walk in Jungyu. You want to spar? That's not for a meek merchant like me. But if you're a martial artist, as a matter of fact, I came across a rare tome on Kung Fu in the course of my travels. Anyways, gotta get back to work. We'll be back if you're still streaming. Sounds good. Thank you for stopping in a little bit. Nice to see you, Blart, again. I think you might be interested. Used to I have Kung Fu books. Don't make me laugh. How about just a look? I never sell anything my customers don't need. I'll pass. Just one look. Won't take much of your time, I promise you won't regret it. Enough is enough. Your skills have advanced beyond my wildest dreams. I am no longer a match for you. It's you. If I beat you, will that make me the first under heaven? You're already the first under heaven. The first. I'm the first under heaven. His heart feels like it's boiling. His fists still feel warm. He has reached the summit. He has done what he sought to do all of his life. Wait, no. Who is this man? He feels dazed. What's going on? Who are you? Like I said, I'm a humble merchant. I buy and sell everything. How did he find me? Why me? I know you have trained for 40 years with one opponent in mind. You have the chance to close the gap by a few decades. Are you not interested? I don't need your help. Maybe you don't want anything from me, but you have something I want. I heard you recently came into possession of a certain sword. Name your price. What can I offer you for it? Get lost. What the? It appears you're not satisfied with my offer. No, there's no need to be hasty. There's room for negotiation. There's nothing to negotiate. You honored the sword and honored your promise. I knew my oath brother could be trusted. 40 years in search of the peak of Kung Fu perfection. Is there no price you would pay to reach that peak? Enough of your tricks! Dad? Ah, yes. Everything is for sale. It's just about putting the right price on it. How about the life of your daughter?
Wait. This is a construction site. You can't enter without permission.
Long time no see, Mian. Did you make all of this? Very impressive.
Skip the flattery. What do you want?
Oh, it's been so long since we last saw each other, and this is how you greet me? Where would you have found the funding for your little toy if I wasn't hard at work north and south paying taxes on my hard-earned income?
You think I don't know where your money comes from? Speculation and inflated prices, not to mention you're the one who made all that stuff. There's a reason traders like you weren't respected in the old days. What are you doing here? I thought you'd go see Shu first.
I'm just curious about the thing they say will let our family live in peace and comfort forever and ever. Have you run into a bit of trouble? Need a hand?
If I did, it wouldn't be yours. What do you know about engineering?
I could help a little with Shu's side.
What are you planning?
I know that this energy core is more than just a construction project. It must be given the concept of life in order to become a conceptual firmament that enables our continued existence. That is why you need our big sister's powers. She already has so much to deal with here. I've learned a trick or two from her. It wouldn't be more efficient for me to take over.
So you care about her after all. Thought you two had a split.
Perish the thought. Can I take that as a yes?
No, hold it right there. Go back where you came from and I'll pretend I never saw you today.
My sisters really don't want to see me.
I'm just on guard against your bag of tricks. Don't want to fall into your trap. It'd be the first time you cheated me out of something.
I was just helping you sell some of your things. You always got your fair cut. Just stop. I don't have time for your smooth talking. Go away. Far away from my project. The last thing I need is even more complaining from the old man. What if I really wanted to go see? Why? Don't get so excited. Do I look like the kind of man who would steal from my little sister? I'm just here to see my sisters. I'm glad you're all still alive and kicking. Saw him once, and that was it. Where did he go? What?
There he is.
You... Dusk? What's the matter? Not quite as spirited as the last time I saw you, huh? You should not abuse your proxy powers like that. Give it a rest. Did you think I would have come looking for the sweet regulator if I didn't really absolutely definitely have to? So he already found you. What are you planning? Why did he suddenly return to Dathling, just as work on the 12 pagodas in 5 cities is beginning? Why are you asking me? Aren't you the candle holder? I'll get to the bottom of it, of course. Where do you intend to start? I suspect there was someone behind the previous disaster. The construction of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities looming, the offender may be hiding nearby. And what is a lone candle holder going to do without help? Not the only one if the sweet regulator has in Dathling. And you can keep following the lead of others, completely oblivious to what's going on. Just like you always do. Looks like taking off that uniform has cleared your eyes a bit. Maybe there's still hope for you yet. I don't need your advice. I don't like to deal with calculating types. I'm going to say this once and only once. The needle prick is smart. Very smart. He's not going to leave a trail for you to find. And you people know that, having been on his case for so many years. Brute force is more effective when dealing with someone like that. Force. Here. A picture scroll? What do you think you can do on your own, even if you somehow catch him in the act? Let's at least keep his feet tied for a while. It's a major violation of the regulations for a candle holder to have a private conversation with a proxy. Never mind borrowing her power. It's your choice. You'd help me? I've said enough. The ball is in your court now. Noche.
So, you came here to play and saw me sleeping by the river? That doesn't make sense. Why would I still have the flowers I picked in a dream? My leg hurts too.
Leg cramps while dreaming means you're growing taller. Congrats! Yay!
You haven't grown an inch these past few years. The only thing that's gotten bigger is your voice. And you sneaked out of class, didn't you? Shh, keep it down. I knew it. Are you really a student at the Tianchi Barrows? Why do I always see you outside?
If I'm not at school, it means I have something more important than to sit in school. None of your business.
I won't tell anyone you sneaked out of class. If you don't tell anyone I came to the riverside, deal?
Where's my fan? Give it back.
How did you know? That's so mean.
I already gave you your flute. What do you want?
You just cobbled it together from some bamboo lying around, and you only gave it to me after you were done playing it.
Cobbled it together? You... Listen to the sound. Look at the texture. Do you know how hard it was to give it away? Give it back if you don't want it.
Is that nice? Alright, you can have your fan back. But we're keeping this a secret.
That's more like it.
Here, it's this stalk of rice. See how pretty the red color is? It's the only one alive here. Is it some kind of new species?
No, you're infected with ornogenium.
Hey, why did you pull it out?
My homework. Do you know where else something like this grows? Any kind of crop will do. Anything that's pretty like this, don't tell anyone, just let me know. I'll come and take a little bit.
Isn't that cheating?
And don't pick it yourself, don't want you damaging it. Tell me and I'll come, don't tell anyone else.
Fine, just keep my name out of it. If the Tianchis catch you,
You worry about that time you gave the test stock beast diarrhea with the wrong feed. I have a dream. Dahaling is big, very big. It takes a whole day to walk from the east end to the west end. You'll break your leg before you walk a full circle around its farmlands. But Laoshi says Dahaling isn't big enough to feed everyone. I've never been outside Dahaling. This is the northern border of Yan, with only rough roads through the mountains and rivers. The food produced here is the only link to the outside world. The weight of the grain on the stalks in the summer and autumn is the weight of the land. There's no sight like the sight of farmland during a bumper harvest. Yep. Excuse me. Who's there? An old farmer stands in the fields. Her facial features are unclear. There are tiny flowers in her hair. Hello? Here. Ho? Till the earth. Listen to the soil, plant the seeds, let them grow. Plow with focus. The youth takes the hoe. The farmer turns around, bends down to work the soil again. Oh, is this a message? What is this? I got a message on Discord. The hoe is heavy. He raises it up high. Then he brings it down onto the earth. Thump. A rice seedling buds in the loosened soil. It grows rapidly, and soon flowers begin to bloom from its stalks. The youth feels a strange sense of fatigue. He wipes the sweat from his forehead and raises the hoe again. Where the heavy hoe's at? I couldn't tell you, Bojiggle. I couldn't tell you. Go to a farm. In the blink of an eye, the blooming flowers fall, and grain starts to fill the stalks. The rice has borne grain. It should be ready for harvest soon. The hoe seems to be getting heavier and heavier. Farm hoe's best. Oh gosh. One moment. Okay, I have posted my response. He looks at his hand. Thick calluses have formed, and his arms and shoulders have grown creased and wrinkled. The old farmer says nothing and continues to work the soil. A seedling emerges from the earth, in the shadow of a patch of rice. Life, then death, golden rice grains fall from the stalks, and fields after fields of crops fall lifeless onto the earth. The youth freezes just before he brings the hoe down, staring at the scene before him in shock. Old-timer, what happened to the rice? From spring to autumn, one harvest to the next. What is this season to you, young man? Ripening the fruit, filling your belly, planting the next batch of seeds. The youth lifts the hoe and brings down on the earth again and again. Rice seeds take root and sprout beneath his feet, blossoming and bearing grain before wilting or turning to dust. He never gets the chance to hold the seeds in his hands. He feels his strength fade, his hair grows rapid. From black to strong, soft, and fragile. His clothes rip and tatter, hanging on the back that he can no longer keep straight. He brings the hoe down one last time, not having the strength to do it again. A knot of white hair drops down by his face. I spent all my life farming here, but life is too short. Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, numbers that are too big for me. I'm old. He's standing on shambles. I'll never see them grow up. I don't have time to wait for them to bear fruit. It's beyond my lifespan. The old farmer plants a tree on the levee and caresses the tree trunk before disappearing into thin air. Tree after tree appears on the levee, and there are strands of red silk tied to them. Wooded place cards hanging off the string, but the writing on the place cards are all too blurry for Hishang to read. Wind causes the forest to rustle. What are those place cards? Why can't we keep the crops we grow from the earth? Broken rice grains lie on the ground. What did you see, young man? Why don't I see the fruit? He lifts the hoe again, bringing it down, wilting and growing old with each swing. He pours his life into the earth so that it may nourish the crops. If the crops do not respond, they grow and wilt without leaving seed. His long white hair covers him like dried grass. Does any of this really mean anything? His back is hunched. The age of pain spreads across his back. Weakness has robbed him of the strength to speak. He can only mumble meaningless sounds. He casts his cloudy eyes to the ground, where patches of rice seedlings lie. Who will see the day? Yisheng turns around. A white figure stands behind him. Her long hair, like an ancient old tree, blows the river. The figure waves her sleeves, and the rice starts to grow rapidly. Before long, all Yisheng can see is growing rice. The figure begins to stride, and everything is silent. Did they just exchange their life? What just happened there? Is this a dream? Yisheng? Okay, it's a dream, thank goodness. I'm like, what is this? Yisheng! Yisheng! Yisheng, wake up! Okay, I'm on the after of this, but I really quick.
Doctor, need me to give you a shoulder massage? I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
You can't say that to me right now, Jordy. I'm in a giggly mood. You can't do that to me. That's mean. It's silly. Do I really not have anything I can... He does have such a great voice. You're right. No, I've literally maxed him out completely. Okay. I was like, I want to do something with Jordy, but I can't. I know him I'm still working on. I just have his middle skill left. And one more. And then he's done. And then I will have 2 level 90 completed characters. And then he's next. So I like even holes. Elysium. Okay. I didn't buy anything from the market. I need to finish buying him. I need to, like, use my sanity and repeat things. Ah! Alright, we're on dash 4, and... Oh. Rice patties. I really hope this is the right one. As far as the eye can see, all ethereal. Heaven and earth are expansive but silent. The whiff of liquor, and the dancing clouds flow into the goblet. Down the goblet, all is bright and clear. What a dream. How did you find the time to come? Aren't things pretty exciting over here? I just wanted to see whether the Kaoliang liquor you promised me was ready. How do I give it to you when in a dream? What year's vintage are we talking about? What dream of yours is this? At least let me sniff a whiff, if I don't get to taste it in a dream. Or see if my hardest working sister got a little thinner. This is what Nyan made? The poet waves her sleeves, and a pot of wine and 2 goblets appear out of the thin air. She cracks the mud seal in the pot, and the rich scent of liquor fills the air. The poet turns around and peers out at the rice fields that stretch for tens of thousands of li and beyond. The seasons circle overhead, winter giving way to summer, spring giving way to autumn.
Excuse me.
Is this what you see in this heart? Rice fields as far as the eye can see, seasons rotating. You farm here day after day. Is it really possible to build what you talk about here? Do you need a hand?
I just don't want you to turn this whole vessel into a huge pot of wine, or suddenly get all philosophical and think you would rather dream forever than to wake up in a world without freedom.
You sure don't need my help? You sure you don't need my help? I've almost forgotten how many years you've spent here. You're gonna become my aged liquor if you don't get out and get some fresh air. For other brothers and sisters, I worry that they don't see things clear enough. For you, I worry that you see too clearly. See too clearly such that you fail to see yourself.
I'm just farming here.
Everything has a heart. From the mountains, to the rivers, to the trees, to the grass, to you, the trees and grass may not be different from our own lives. What is it that you still can't put down? What keeps your mind occupied?
Jay left behind so many scrolls and books. She wanted to teach everyone to read and write, but all those scrolls and books disappeared with her. No one remembers her other than us. But I've visited schools and the Tianchi burrows. I've seen handwriting that looked exactly like hers in their books. All of her things are no more, even if I did manage to keep a single one. But the words she said are now being said by students, and the words that she wrote are now being written by the pens of students. She once told me it's the things I leave behind that counts. I just want to see what I can leave behind on the far end of all these rice fields. What I can leave behind if the day comes that I am no more.
Has the end that you've been staring at for so long changed at all?
Never.
Nothing but snow as far as the eye could see. The spring harvest, the autumn harvest, all buried in snow. I see. Do you feel disappointment at the result? Regret? Is life itself not a result? Do the countless mortals of the world give up living just because they realize it will eventually come to an end? Not all of our siblings think that way. Has our little brother come back? Yes. Where's the timid and docile Jean we knew and loved gone? Little brothers and sisters are always cuter when they stay little. I'll go to him.
One, 2, 3. What species is this megaphone? I've never seen it. It looks nice.
You wouldn't understand if I explained. Just shut up and keep looking.
That's not the right attitude when you're asking for help. Say, megaphone, I wanted to ask you something. You're a student at the Tianchi Burrows, right? Out of all my friends, you know more than anyone else except for Shu and Jiahe.
Well, what is it? Spit it out.
Have you ever seen my parents?
Yeah. How many people do you think there are in the Tianchi Burrows? Think I remember everyone who passes through the doors, like the security guards? Did the mud ball give you a concussion or something?
You could have just said you don't know them. No need to be rude.
Why are you asking?
I saw a strange merchant today. He said he came from outside Dahaling from very far away.
Oh.
Shu said my parents went to become Tianchis in a faraway place, but I never knew what they did and why they never came back all these years. No one ever talks about it. Is there a chance you could ask for me, Megaphone? I'm not asking for them to come back. I just want to write to them and tell them that Dahaling is about to get moved onto the mobile plates, so they won't lose their way when they come home.
Don't worry. The Tianchi Burrows aren't stupid. Someone will bring them home when it's time for them to come home. Is this all the flood-affected plates?
I think so. Why? Does the rice you're looking for have something to do with the flood?
Don't ask questions that don't concern you. You wouldn't understand the work of the Tianchi Burrows, even if I explained it.
You just wait and see. Jessie said that with my talent for arts. All I need to do is read a few more books, and I'll get in the Tianqi girls for sure. They don't like that cocky look off your face.
Sure. If and when you do. And don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for my stuff.
But why? Forget it, you'll never say.
Hey, how have you been doing? Anyone bullying you?
Me? I'm pretty happy. Shu and Xiaohe take care of me. And all the farmers around here are really nice. I also made 2 new friends, Candlestick and Inkbrush. Why do you ask? Are you worried about me?
Worried about you? Of course not, nope. Well, thanks for the help anyway. Take care of yourself. If anyone bullies you, smack them on the head with your flute, like I taught you. Grow, flax, mulberry in fields, grow as the sun rises. Drive away all evil and bring new light to heaven and earth. La 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 la. I never liked this statue. Who decided that Shenom should be shabby and withered? She liked to look pretty. She always had flowers in her hair. And she liked the clothes I made. And I remember how much her eyes looked like yours. Only Dusk had a portrait of her. That was before she started to paint. I didn't think you would ever come back. Come now, I'm already past the age for running away from home. When did I ever say I wouldn't come back? A prodigal son starts to miss home when he's away for far too long. And this is the one place that I felt like I could call home. Now, though, at a time like this, if only I came back 2 days earlier, I would have made it in time for this year's festival opera and tasted your handmade dumplings. Sure, dumplings for the road, noodles for home. Whatever you want to eat, they've got it at home. Then it's time for you to go. I've hardly been back for 2 days, and you're already kicking me out. You could stay for as long as you want if you're only here to take a rest. Are you only here to take a rest, though? That's what I wanted to ask. Dahang looks different every time I come back. Would have thought that it was just a land of frozen soil 1,000 years ago. The people claimed this earth from a land of evil. Back then the mountains and rivers were chaos, and the heavens knew no seasons, but hearts were brave and bright. There was no differences in upbringing or nationality. Everyone looked out for one another. The only enemy was the barren soil before them and the demonic threat that always loomed over their heads. I dreamt of her a few days ago. I dreamt of that old gentleman, too. I thought maybe it was time I came home. Fortunately, the way home was the same. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for people's hearts. When was the last time you had a good look at the people here? All under heaven live for profit and die for profit. Where profit goes, so do the people. It's the same everywhere. What do you think the Imperial Court spends its time discussing? How to protect our lives, or how to achieve an outcome that they believe to be safest? Do you really think that Nian's toy can keep everyone safe? It's the only way to save everyone's lives. You're handing your life over to someone else. It's not a fair partnership if one side's shoulders all the risk. Both sides must bear the same risk in order for the partnership to last. Have you been away for so long that all you care about is profit and loss? I care about you, my sister. You're tired. Helping out with Nian's project is incredibly taxing. As if you don't already have enough on your plate, in the fields and the forests. Otherwise, you would have noticed earlier. How many catastrophes have struck this land in the last 1,000 years? You knew when and where each and everyone would strike beforehand. You feel everything that happens to this land as though it were happening to you. What are you holding on to? Who's the one working against the laws of nature? Wake up! What did you see? What did I see? I saw. Wait, how did you know? Shelly is holding a thread in his hand. It soon vanishes into thin air. Maybe a practical joke. Probably Ornithidium arts. What you saw was an illusion, but it was something that he wanted you to see. Some kind of psychological suggestion. What did you see? I saw an old farmer. Which made me work the fields. I couldn't get any crops to grow. I grew old and I couldn't lift the hoe anymore. There are many placards on the trees across the river. Nobody went there. There seemed to be names written on them. The old farmer disappeared. Across the river? He showed you the other side of the river. Hishang sighs and looks along the river in the distance. The trees are green on the other side of the river. A gust of wind seems to rustle the leaves.
Shelly! Candlestick, there you are!
Cranebutts, where were you?
I was looking for rice stalks.
Rice? Thought you went looking for stock beasts. What kind of rice was it that you had to look for?
And
don't tell anyone that I asked you to look for the rice stalks.
I promised I wouldn't tell anyone.
It's all so weird. I can't make heads or tails of it. Who asked you to look for rice? What did it look like? Where did you find it?
Candlestick. What's the matter? You're starting to scare me.
Green butts.
Alright. It was a short little girl. A student of the Tianchi Bureau who said she was looking for a special kind of rice to submit for homework. I didn't know what species it was. It was red, really red. There are some at the dam and the paddy's not far from there.
Hey, Shank. Where do they store the recently harvested grains? Centralized granaries in Core City. I need you to check on the granaries right now. No delay. Report anything unusual to the Shizang immediately. Wait, what's going on? It might be too late already. Today, the celebration's opera comes in 3 acts. The Great Hunt, Signs of Heaven, and Flourishing Life. But there used to be another act between the first and second, Pacifying the North. It hasn't been sung in a long, long time. Do you remember, Shu? Can you sing another verse?
I still remember the tune, but not the words.
If this guy dies, I'm gonna be so freaking mad.
All old stories, hardly worth a song.
Yes. Hard to get in the mood when there's no audience. And hard for the audience to get into a forgettable opera. But I remember this demonic fragment. If evil, why hot? So true. If evil, why do I want to run my fingers through your hair? Huh? This demonic fragment of the North is the result of the people at the time, resorting to any means necessary to resist it. Now its incantation is helping the people fend off the demonic calamity. Fate works in mysterious ways, doesn't it?
We should not be conflated with it.
You're right, I shouldn't. The peoples must never learn of the demonic presence. But how do you resist the lure of this once precious piece of unpolluted soil? For 1,000 years, the people here have lived across the river from that blight. Here, people have sowed. Okay. Is it sowed or sowed? Might have to Google this one. For 1,000 years in blissful seclusion. I don't know the name of this event. So. Okay, it is so. It's both interesting. And time has come to reap what was sowed 1,000 years ago. And it must be reaped by the right person.
Tell me, you didn't have anything to do with that disaster, did you?
I've never lied to you.
True, you just choose not to tell the truth from time to time. Why have you come back?
Like I said, I just felt like dropping by. Just like old times, I want to ask, will you come with me, sister?
My answer is the same. I will not leave. I can't leave.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we're actually gonna get to my goal. This, like, never happens. I'm on a roll today. I think it's this good mood I'm in.
You're leaving again.
Keep cooking. I'm gonna get ready for an outing now. Have a good outing! I will keep cooking. I'm gonna get to where I want to get to today. I'm gonna do it. You're not gonna try to talk me out of it this time?
When have you ever listened?
I feel empty inside if you don't like snag a little bit. I can still walk and my limbs remain sturdy. The spring wind is still chilly, so it's not like I can sunbathe in my chair.
You know how dangerous it is up north.
One moment. She said hi back. She got all confused. Because I have plans tomorrow. Oh, I guess I don't need to be in the very back screen. I have plans tomorrow.
Okay, well, it was a good chat. And then it ended up not being a good chat. But, I'll keep going.
But you also know we have no choice. It took us decades just to carve out this little plot of land. But it's still not enough. We're always short on food and land. If we go a bit further north, I just find some special crops that can grow in ornogenium-tainted soil. Then we'd be able to cultivate the entire continent. Nobody would go hungry ever again.
Even more reason for you to stay. If we can't find a crop like that, we'll just cultivate slowly. It might take 10 generations or 100, but eventually.
Does it look like I can wait that long? Besides, others heard things like crops that can be grown in ornogenium-tainted soil or cultivating the entire continent. I'd think I'd lost my mind.
There's no arguing with you.
Wisdom is one of the perks that comes with age. The woman extends her hands, her fingers tightly clenched. Oh, Shu, would you mind reading my palm again? See if this old lady still has the luck to realize her dreams this late in life.
I already told you I'm not doing that anymore.
The woman smiles and clasps her hand, revealing a small white flower in the middle of her palm. She pins the flower to the hair bun of the girl in front of her. I found this in the fields today. I do believe it's the first flower to bloom this year. That's surely a good omen. Maybe I'll make it back in time for this year's harvest. You just keep track of the days. Have some short rib soup ready for me. Oh, shit. You've always been able to see that future, haven't you? In the end, you'll... No, don't tell me. I don't want to know when I'll die. I just want to ask. Will our dream of the 10,000 king of fertile fields come true? Tianshi. Shu?
What?
Been loitering around here all morning. You don't want to give up this piece of land, do you?
Right. The mountains are lush, the water's clear, and the food's good too. I like it here a lot.
Tianshi Shu. I transferred to Dahuang not too long ago, right? You look very young. Been here since I was born, 67 now. In all my years, I never thought I'd see the day when I had to leave. It said that more than thousands of Li passed since Senong reclaimed this land. How could we just
as crops are planted in the spring and harvested in the autumn, one cannot hope to evade the elements forever. It is the way of the world for things to go wrong. You can only let nature run its course. You move to a nomadic city. Everyone will have something to do. Trust that the proper arrangements have been made.
We just don't understand. I thought nothing of our harvest is... Well, we thought our harvest has been weak the past 2 years. Because of the weather. It's nothing we can't overcome with a bit of hard work. But now you're telling us something's wrong with the land itself. Shu, your Tianshis are wiser than us. Can't you please think of a way to save this land? Just Tell us what we have to do. It doesn't matter how hard we have to work, even if it means milling every last clump of soil. It rained just 2 days ago. So how come this land is... The farmer standing at the edge of the field suddenly goes wide-eyed. All the water in the fields drain away at a speed indiscernible to the naked eye, as if there's a bottomless abyss hidden beneath the land. In a flash, all the water is gone, and along with it, the life of the land. The moist paddy fields turn into hardened salt flats in an instant, countless parched fissures stretching outwards. Stop right there. Lord Sal, where do you think you're going? I've delivered what I needed to deliver, and seen the people I needed to see, and so it's time for me to leave. Why? You come to see me off, Lord Zal. You can't leave yet, not until you've given me an explanation. First, the sweet regulator tells me to go, and then it tells me I have to stay. You'll have to forgive me for not being able to keep my orders straight. It's your involvement with the demonic taint that's appeared in the middle of Dahlheim. What plans do you have for the devices in the core city? What's more, 100 years ago, a particular convict escaped from the capital. In just a few months, his pawns were all across Great Yon. What have you been doing in that time? I can't fathom what you're trying to say. And I'll simply have to escort you to a place where I can make things clear to you. The fact that you came here alone shows great bravery, Lord Zal. Not for the fact that I'm short on time, I'd be more than glad to stay and chat with such a promising young man. What if I choose not to play along? The man takes out a Jade Weaver's shuttle. Aside from its extra delicate appearance, nothing seems out of the ordinary. Jelly takes notice of the gossamer threads wrapped faintly around it. Stop right there! The shock is only momentary. Before the man can lift the shuttle in his hand, the candleholder's blade is already at his neck. I'm just an ordinary man. I don't have the power to fight against you proxies. But within this scroll, there's no difference between the two of us. A scroll? Is it one of my sisters? How could a mortal dare to harness this power? Perhaps you underestimated the extent to which the paranormatologists have researched you. The Sir Regulator is fully aware of each and every one of your abilities. I never expected Dusk to have such a low opinion of me that she'd rather team up with a candleholder to make my life difficult. Ooh. That was terrifying. What did I step on? That was so scary. Okay, could you guys hear that this time? Or am I still, like, insane to you guys? Because last time I did that, and nobody but me could hear it. I'm still insane? Are you serious right now? There's no way I'm still insane. 0 sanity? No! I mean, that's fair. I don't have my moderator here. But is it not a crime for you, a candleholder, to come into private contact with the proxy? As guilty as you already are, Lord Zal, have you not considered the consequences of such an outrageous act? I can mod, maybe, a true doctor experience. But yeah. We heard. Okay, you did hear it. Okay. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. But I'm glad I'm not insane. The most important thing is for me to stop you right there. And bring you into custody. Still insane though? No, I'm not insane. I'm not. I'm happy. I'm not insane. You drew the demonic taint into Dahlheim in order to destroy the 12 pagodas in 5 cities. Was this entire incident orchestrated by that particular convict? And if I were to say yes, what then? What are you going to do about it, Lord Zal? Kill me right here and now, granting the sweet beneath this capital city from greater consciousness? Is Jan really prepared to march war? You're coming to take me away, haha, hee haha, to the funny farm. If that's what it takes to stop you, then so be it. Even now the bestial Sui may not stand as a shield for the misdeeds of your kind. Nevertheless, it is still a trade, whose value must be weighed.
The man smiles, ignoring the long blade pointed at his neck.
He dusts off his robes and finds a stone step to sit on.
I'm serious.
Why so jittery? Now that I've been sealed within this painting, I am a simple tailor without the ability to so much as capture a foul beast. What, are you worried I'll fly away? We rarely get such opportunities, so let's chat.
The only thing you'll be doing is answering my questions.
Are you not at all curious about the files in the library that you don't have the authorization to access? Such a great opportunity is sitting right here. Surely those questions are of much more interest to you.
This man makes me feel like I need to dramatically drink my lemonade.
I'll try to talk your way out of this. Then, let's just settle the account. Between Great Yarn and Arknights. Oh, I thought he was going to say more.
The trail's gone cold? These demon-tainted seeds floated over from that river. Then why did the traces of contamination get fainter the closer we go to the edge of the city? Could it be? She scoops up a handful of seeds, twirling them carefully within her palm, her brow knitting together.
The newly built nomadic city in the distance undulates as it sends faint vibrations through the earth, like a continuous mountain range or the bulging back of a gargantuan beast. Steel and concrete prop up soil that is thousands of years old, the massive structure seemingly erecting a bridge that spans the ages. But who knows if the vestiges left upon this land across its myriad of epochs.
Was this your doing? All these years you've been silently suppressing this demonic presence. What are you after? How could there be any Jean like you?
Lord Zal, have you ever seen a silkworm? Or perhaps heard the idiom to wrap yourself in your own cocoon?
What are you getting at?
I'm quite familiar with these things. For these creatures to grow, they must endure a calamity. Those that survive will break out of their cocoons. Those that do not will have their lives quietly snuffed out in the darkness.
And who are you implying is a silkworm here?
You and I, and all things in existence.
Say what you will, but we have no interest in comparing ourselves to insects.
You people are so proud of the civilization you built. There are no records at the very beginning of Sui regulator files of how the true Lung was able to end the 100 Clan rebellion.
Of course we're aware. I understand full well there's nothing more than a bout of folly brought about by the bestial Sui's arrogance. Not a gift of any sort. Why are you that keen for Yan to sing the praises of your kind? Besides, you no longer have that kind of power.
No living being can escape the cycle of destruction and rebirth. Summer insects sing not of sleet or ice. Oh my gosh, Koda is working. Everything we see, hear, and think is enclosed in a silken cocoon. We must never forget our humanity, humility.
What are you getting at?
Since the end of that great battle, in the appearance of our kind, the Sui regulator has also accumulated 1,000 years of history. Have you ever considered why Yan never moved to banish the Sui until now?
100 years ago. The conflict incited great chaos, resulting in the death of a proxy. Now that the awakening of the bestial Sui is an inevitability, banishment has become a clear imperative.
The bestial Sui is awakening. Which pharmacologist came up with that conclusion? Who stands to benefit when Yan goes to war? In whose interest would it be to banish the Sui?
Excuse me.
Did you fail to consider these questions, Lord Zal, or are you simply pretending that they don't exist?
Why should I take anything you say at face value?
Naturally, you don't have to believe me. Let us settle another account. Setting aside the fact that I'm a lowly peddler, my brothers and sisters have, for centuries, kept a great many dangers from Great Yan. Even when it comes to my unemployed little sister, Yan cannot even fathom the amount of effort it would have taken to build its nomadic cities without her. Of course, there's also the sister who's been standing guard here all this time. When it comes to the symbolic history of the fair Namatsanyan, from the very beginning to the end, my brothers and sisters have done nothing to harm them. All they've wanted is to live like ordinary people. But now, they're about to lose their lives over some undeserved disaster. Tell me, Lord Zal, how are we to settle this account? Indeed, a number of you have made invaluable contributions to Yan, which the nation has never forgotten. Yet now there are some of you who choose to stand against the Great Yan, threatening the lives of countless people. Ah, were you not suggesting just now that your Jans had taken good care of Yan? Why then, at the first sign of hardship, do you turn against the Jans? Where even are these Jans? From beginning to end, they've only been ordinary people. Why not take a good look at the ground beneath your feet? Okay, give me 1 minute. His Borkin is really bad. So I'm gonna quickly take him out. This won't take too long. I will be back. Okay, he's outside now. Didn't we already dispose the contaminated crops? No. Now, this is the grain that was harvested normally before. How did it become like this? Granary is filled with the rice that was harvested only a few days ago. What should have been a golden mound of grain has now turned into a red-black mess. There was 2 lines left. This always happens to me. It's just like a dream. Give me one moment. I'm putting a message in my Discord. She traverses a great long journey, crossing mountains and ridges in the ice and snow, reaching an endless field of rice at the end of the road. Rice stalks glimmered like gold. She does not know who planted them here, or why they grew so prosperously. How wonderful. And stay here. She hears a voice calling out to her. No, no. She remembers her unfinished business and the place she must return to. She picks up a stalk of rice. A vague figure waves a hoe around, bearing seeds in a plot. You're back. Thank goodness, everyone was waiting for you. You were gone so long, the trip goes smoothly. Did you find the crops you were searching for? Bashi, are you alright? You look a bit... What is this? Help! Someone! Jahi, you're still here. I found it. Contamination. It didn't come with the flood. There must be a source underground. We gather the Tianchi barrels. It might not be too late to start researching now. There's no need to bother with that. We've already decided to abandon these lands. It won't take that much time. Give me maybe 2 or 3 days. I should be able to pinpoint the source of the contamination. There must be a solution. Every bit of land here in Dahaling was hard-won. We haven't put in anywhere near that much effort yet. So how can we just give up? It's not just a few plots of land. It's the entire city. What? Everyone has to move into the core city and follow it to the east. Maybe behind all other fields here by tomorrow. And the Tianchis are getting everyone together to prepare for their move. This is what matters most right now. You should go help them. Whose idea was this? Who else could order the entire city relocated? Why? All these experimental fields and these newly planted crops. This has already been a famine year. If they give up on these crops, how many people are going to go hungry? It'll be just like it used to be. We tried our best. Evacuate the people as soon as possible. Establish post-disaster countermeasures in advance. You're Tianchi, so you have your priorities straight at a time like this. Is the legend true? What nonsense are you spouting now? What's hidden in the permafrost of the north bank of the river? It's those things that contaminated our land, isn't it? Just treat it like any other catastrophe. There have been so many things we couldn't protect over the years. The people aren't just going to leave. This is our land. Nobody's gonna leave until we figure out what exactly is going on. If Shenong could keep these enemies from our homes, so can we. Is it an illusion? The vast fields in front of him instantly turn empty and barren. No, it's not that the fields have turned barren, rather heaven and earth are being invaded by foreign space. Warps beyond recognition of any soul. What's going on over there? It's too late. Shoot! What incarnation was that? Well, she's sick? How did she become like this?
Give her her proper burial.
The thin, emaciated body falls to the cold, hard ground, a small pack of seeds tucked in her pocket of her flimsy shirt. Are these the seeds she brought back? She managed to find the legendary seeds? The harvest has been terrible the last couple of years. Maybe with this packet of seeds there's some hope after all. Let's take it back.
How did demonic contamination end up underground? Isn't the Chamber of Heaven's design standing guard outside? How did the contaminants get past the old one and make their way inside?
Based on the current observations, the contamination here has likely existed long before the Chamber of Heavens designed it. The underground area is already highly contaminated.
But the demonic influence here hasn't spread in all these years. It's because of her? Why now, at all times, could she have...
The Chamber has likely already determined the source of this calamity. The top priority remains in dealing with the crisis at hand. The impact of these demonic catastrophes is unprecedented, and well beyond the scope of any of the Chamber's plans.
That's clear from the fact that you Chamber Tianqis actually called me up. So, what options do we have?
Have all the Chamber's forces on the North Bank withdraw. At the same time, have the demon defense line pull back 50 kilometers to the south. Abandon all plots and evacuate to the core city. After that, we'll need your help evacuating the core city's defenses, re-establishing a defensive line using the core city as a barrier.
His plan doesn't tally up how many people are going to be sacrificed.
Demonic taint is not like an ordinary calamity. It must be nipped in the bud. Give me a moment. I'm responding to Blurred again.
I've never seen Jan make such a rough call before. Who ordered it? Is it your big boss, the great and noble old Tianqi?
Just do as you're told and don't ask too many questions.
What are you looking at?
Why would she do this?
She probably doesn't want to leave, though. If the demons had already contaminated the land all the way back then, she's been single-handedly suppressing it all this time. Hello, how are you doing? 1,000 years. What would it feel like to have your consciousness gnawed by the demons for thousands of years?
How am I? I'm doing really good, actually. I'm in a really good mood today. I'm very happy. How are you doing today?
Phew. Good grief. There's no other way. There's nothing we can do. Can't whisk everyone away inside a painting. And I can't build a castle out of thin air to carry everyone off either.
And what about her?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I've been very giddy today. Very happy, bubbly. Surely she would have known this day would have come eventually. Question is, where is she now? Still haven't finished the story yet. I've finished playing the story. I just haven't read it yet. And EX stages, I always forget to do. Crying. The cries came from far away. Babies wailing, old people sobbing. Even crops in the field are mourning. I know I need to. Just like a scene from 40 years ago. That was another famine year. And tomorrow there'll be S-Hell stages. Oh, really? I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, but not for those stages. Your shoe?
You're from the Sui Regulator.
Your orders are to farm Daheling. Catastrophes have been frequent in recent years, and harvests have failed year after year. As a proxy, you clearly have the ability to save these crops, yet choose to stand by and do nothing.
The people can't do what I can. If I save them, the people only think about how to make this miracle happen again. But I can't save them every time. One day I'll be gone. And when that time comes, the power I wield now will become nothing more than the root of evil that harms others.
Is there nothing you can do?
There really isn't much that I can do other than write down my experiences, pass them down to future generations. Once the hard years are over, there'll be bountiful years to follow. People have always had to rely on themselves to survive.
But how am I to believe that by remaining here, you're doing something good for Jan and his people?
How long are you staying here?
Until this time next year.
Wait for this year's harvest. You'll see.
Oh, my lip is bleeding. No.
By the way, have you ever worked the land before? It's planting season now and everyone has their hands full. Would you mind lending me a hand?
I vaguely remember that the crops grew particularly well that year. All plowed rice piled up into little hills, and the farmers said they wouldn't need to worry about catastrophes for the next 2 years. It sucks. I don't know how to stop it from bleeding.
You're smiling.
I'm really glad.
Are you still going to write me up in your report to the SWE regulator?
Are you going to stay here forever? Stay here and help us. With you here, everyone feels safe.
I used to have a friend just like you.
Just asking, but spoilers, have you seen the PV of the 5th anniversary in CN servers? I have not. Now there's truly no other way. Just once, I'm begging you, just this one time. Can you please save the people here, only once? You promised me that you'd stay forever. We might get a surprise on it. Okay, well now I gotta look this up. This better be a boy. I'm surprised that I get really excited. Sure. Arknights anniversary. Okay. The room is empty. How long ago was this from? Is it PV? A warm bowl of soup sits on the table. I see. You're ready. You've already. Look up Arknights PV4. YouTube. Okay. But finish the story. The rain starts to fall. Is it raining? The farmer looks up to see a thin cloud covering the crescent moon in the sky. Shortly thereafter, a few drops of cold rain fall. And then you can share it there and stream. I can't stream my YouTube. It doesn't work too well. Unsubscribe. I learned that Uber can't pick me up from my house. Unsubscribe. I was like, oh, can I get a ride? You know, YouTube, because then I'd have to open YouTube and choose which screen to do. I mean, I could try it, I just don't know how it would go. Covering the crescent moon in the sky. Shortly thereafter, a few drops of cold rain fall. Who is that? Oh my gosh, can people... I'm getting so many messages. Yeah, I could always try. Oh, my mother texted me instead of Googling. That's what it was. In the distance, someone walks deeper into the fields. She walks across the barren fields, and wherever her feet fall, small verdant patches follow. Wait, where are you going? She does not respond, simply continues to walk forward. She walks further and further until her figure disappears, altogether with a thunderclap. Unlike the heavy rain from just a few days earlier, the rain right now is so tender and fine. As the rain falls, all the cracks in the land fade away. And thus, a soul trapped for 1,000 years dissipates. All things will come to grow. How's she? It's raining, as I thought. The ink stains blending and blurring with water. The paint sealing the section of space gradually dissipates without a trace. What just happened? You were so close. Why, you? Lord Zal, I have no intention of becoming your enemy. However, I do hope you take what I said to heart. The days ahead of us are long, and there shall be a time when we meet again. In the end, this is how it turned out, just like I said. My dear sister, these humans can't do anything without you. May you rest well now. When you next awaken, everything will be better. Is Shu dead? Wait. What? Wait. What? Oh, wait and see if she's dead? So I'm getting close to where I'm stopping. I have this one and then the next two to read, and then I'm all done for the day. Xiao Chu, who won this round? I thought you would share it, the request I said. Oh, no, I was thinking of when I was done. Sorry. I got confused. Here, actually, I don't think I can, because if I'm uploading this on YouTube, I don't think it's gonna work that well. Emotional damage? I'm sorry. Count for yourself. I told you, I'm not very good about this. Then you should learn. It is not easy to meet you face to face. A decrepit temple, just as unrelenting as you are. You lock yourself away in this hut to stare at that board day after day. What do you see looking at it? More or less what you see from your ledgers. There exist rules on the board, just as there exist rules outside the board. All under heaven live for profit, and die for profit. Perceptive as always, Erge. Over the years, our brothers and sisters seem to have lived much more pleasant lives after discovering their interests. Our eldest brother seems to have eventually mastered Kung Fu and made his way to north to guard the city there. Our eldest sister, on the other hand, dreamt 1,000 years away and roamed hither and thither, living a most happy life. All of us live as happily as we can be, except her. You know the one. All these years, and I still feel sorry for her. Business must have been going very well for you to have time and luxury to worry about all this. It wasn't until recently that I can comprehend a certain wisdom and learnt a way to live. Heaven and earth are merely a temporary lodging for all beings, while time is a transient guest that passes generations by. I think I'll hold off on today just because I'm not really caught up with what's all happening in the CN server. I'm like purely global and only know banners to be excited about. Man spends an entire lifetime only for spiritual lodging and a persistent pursuit for accomplishments. Whether this lifetime is long or short makes little difference. If you're truly seeing everything through, you wouldn't be sitting here. I know what you're going to say. I can help you do what you want to do. However, I will need to borrow something from you in return. You're my second eldest brother. No need to stand on ceremony. What's mine is yours. Give me your life. From what I've heard, I came to Dahaling from a village outside.
I hear someone found a wooden basin in the fields with a child who barely knew how to speak. Most likely he drifted into the fields in the river that flowed outside the city. Good thing someone had found him. Considering there was news of catastrophe, it's not so difficult to make guesses as to what happened upstream. You're a lucky boy clinging on to dear life in a field of rain. We'll call you Hishang for grain stocks. This will be your home from now on. I later asked around in hopes of finding the village where I was born. I found a village that was completely empty. There's nothing but ruined houses, swaths of land covered in ornogenium crystals. What happened to the people here? The land here yields no harvest anymore. Why? You see the black rocks. You can't grow food anywhere you find them. If you can't grow food, people go hungry. Is there lots of land like this? Is there a way we can make all these bad rocks disappear so we can grow food on this land again? Many people have spent many years looking for a way. Would you like to join them? Yes. It could take a very long time. You might never see the results, even after spending your whole life on the effort. Do you regret that? No. A lot has happened lately. The land I knew is now completely different. The old fields were almost renovated. Too bad heaven is cruel and forced these endless calamities upon us. The farmer by the fields looks up to see the rain falling on his face. Feels cool and gentle. The withered crops in the field also stand up straight, their stalks and leaves returning to a crisp green color. It's Shannon. Shannon is really back. Wei, what are you doing lying around here? Oops. Wake up! Hey, wake up! Stop. What's going on? Where's with that get up again? What time is it? It's been half a day since we last saw each other. You had me check the crops and the granary, and you said you'd find the culprit behind the storms in Dachang. Why are you lying here? So what's the story? How are the crops in the granary? Are they polluted? Have you found the source of the pollution? You saw none of that? What? I went to the granary only to find the summer harvest all turned into a strange red-black color. Not only that, but the soil in the field is all crusty and salted. I have no idea what happened, but it rained moments ago. Not only did the soil return to normal, so did the grains in the granary. Almost like somebody used some tremendous ornogenium arts to cleanse the taint. The taint underground. Who could do that? So we're safe now? It's rain. Where is Shu? Where's who? Her teacher, where is she? We have a few teachers at the Tianchi Burrows. Which one are you talking about? Aww. Shu is dying. What did you do? Whatever do you mean? She's gone. What are you up to? Why ask me? It always been her decision alone to stay here and guard this place. When have I ever interfered in any way? Is it not man who locked her away in this land for a millennium? Have you lost your marbles? Not only do you and the likely failure want to go get yourselves killed, you want to drag us all down with you? Looks like my little sisters have spent too much time and had too much fun in this mortal realm to the point they've forgotten who they really are. How much longer will you two keep up this act pretending you're not different? Shut up. Dusk. You've been hiding in your paintings for so long, yet you're still as impatient as ever. Quite unbecoming of the world's greatest artist, wouldn't you say? And Yan, in all these years, I've never seen you so serious. Seems you actually care a lot about your siblings. I'm going to kill you. But as I told you, I'm here to help. I want you to believe me. And you want to assemble this vessel of yours that will bear the energy of our existence. In front of its heart, I tell you what's missing right now. Stay back if you value your life.
I really don't have the luxury of resolving this misunderstanding right now. You two will just have to forgive me for this.
How come you can control the device? When did you?
Our powers came from the same source. On top of that, I deliberately studied a few methods of dealing with my doppelgangers.
But...
This might perhaps be a little risky and come with certain side effects, but it is something I will have to live with. The Hangs should face this crisis. They should not be allowed to rely on others giving their lives to resolve what they have sown. That would simply be too convenient.
The man extends his hand. A black bundle of rice stalks appears in his hand.
Shape, will, and causality. The three of you together may appear as though you can stand up to even heaven itself. That is how our sister has always been. She believed that toiling away in the fields would always yield a good harvest. She believed that the lands had more beauty than blemishes, more benevolence than wickedness. Why does the birth of new life always come with the sound of crying? When a frail new life is born on these lands, be it man or beast, the first emotion must feel is always fear. It is time to wake up.
The man inserts the black rice into the enormous device in front of him. Moments later, a heart begins to beat.
That was it? Man, these ones are going by way faster than I thought they would. This one only has a before? That one only has an after? I probably could finish this event today. I'm not going to, but I probably could. Alright, we have one more thing to read, I guess. Only 2 hours? Crazy. This one's so short. Or I'm getting really used to Arknights stories that it doesn't feel long to me. And I'm just like, nah, I get it. I know how it writes. Yeah, there's 9 stages. But this one only has 1 story. 7 only has 1 story. 8 has 2. And then there's a little... 9 I think has 2, and then there's an end. So I have like 5 things left to read after this. So I'm going to put that in another stream, and this one's going to be the last one I read for this stream. The cries of the foul beasts waft through the window of the farmhouse, along with the rays of rising sun. Mother opens her sleepy eyes, a child in her arms, tightly grasping at the hem of her clothes. She lets out a sigh and sits up, thinking of the events of the previous day, as well as the cries of a frightened child throughout the night. The young child rouses from his sleep when he notices his mother's departure. His nose twitches, and tears soon flow from his chubby cheeks. The father, adorably, picks up the child and stands next to the window, patting his back and lulling him back to sleep. Hush, hush. There's no need to cry. Look out the window. There's nothing there at all. Look at the flowers, look at the fields. Everything's fine, so there's no need to cry. However, the child bawls even louder, even stretching his arms to point out the window. The mother and follow the gesture and look outside, where they see a strange pale beast standing at the farmland's edge. It stares back through the window of the family of 3. A silent lumberjack picks up his axe, and a wisp of tattered red cloth floats by. He rubs the coarse gash as if remembering something. A pair of strong, calloused hands, not quite bleached, but with distinct joints. Coalesces with blood and mud. The hands tied a strand of red silk to his arm before they fell lifelessly to the ground. Those hands once lifted a heavy weapon. They once stroked his face. They once held a crying child. The hand's master has slightly darkened skin. When she smiles, she reveals her white teeth and shallow dimples. He stands before the woods along the riverbank. Among the tree trunks lie tied strips of red silk, wooden place cards engraved with blurry names dangling from them. A gust of wind blows. The branches sway, and the wooden place cards make crisp sounds. Ugh. A strange braying sound floats by. and the lumberjack half opens his cloudy eyes. They've returned. They shouldn't be here. I said that in the worst voice. They shouldn't be here. There we go, that's better. What's wrong, an earthquake? I thought the blade hadn't been completed yet. What's going on then? Watch out. That was a close one. My head. What's happening? The sky poles are out of control. The sky poles seem affected by some disturbance, passing over people's heads in swarms, blotting out the sky in a manner reminiscent of an insect plague not seen in ages. Look at that. It's the color of the sun. The people lift their heads and see that the sun has suddenly dipped down into the west, illuminating half the sky blood red. Everyone is stricken with a sense of fear, a primordial fear that has existed within human hearts since ancient times. Catastrophe, pestilence, disease, famine. This realm is no longer the home they have known. What are these things? Pests? Can this be? They're popping out of thin air. Straight out of the ground. They're everywhere.
What's going on? Why are these animals not listening?
Are you okay?
I've never seen animals like these before. They almost look like they're not even animals.
They're more like the monsters from popular operas and pestilence beasts. They're even popping out of the ground. Let's give this a try. A gust of wind suddenly rises and the monster's body is torn into fine threads. However, it snaps right back into its original form in an instant and continues to crawl forward. More and more monsters begin to rise from the soil. Wherever they go, crops withered and land dries up. It didn't do anything. Watch out. Zolly, what are these things? Get back. This isn't something I can explain in a sentence or two. Zolly plucks a strand of silk from his longsword. Before he can raise it to eye level, the silk thread disappears on the wind. They're the same? Yes. The candleholder looks up towards the center of the city. A tower of white jade stands there, emitting an ominous light. A sky-bound white jade capital of 12 pagodas and 5 cities. The ancients once envisioned a city that reached the heavens, but now it has become a source of calamity. He did it in the end. How much do you really know? There's no time to explain. Hey Shank, do me a favor and rescue all the people here. Go gather all the farmers. Have them stick together as much as possible. No, whatever you do, don't leave anyone alone. Remember, don't be afraid of them. Even if you have to force yourself to not feel fear. What about you? What are you going to do? I'm going to shut down that device. You're doing this on your own again? This is my duty. Even if I have to put my life on the line. What kind of talk is that? Did anyone ask for your life? Why are you always up on your own pedestal acting as if everyone's looking at you to save them? Well, Jahi is right. This isn't a problem you can solve on your own. It's you. What should we be doing now? This is happening because of the contamination on the north bank of the river. The flood allowed them to penetrate Dahling's defenses. Don't panic. The Tianqis from the Chamber of Heaven's design is on its way. But first, we need to organize everyone together. Strength in numbers. That's how we'll look after one another. Come together and protect those in need. Let's get going, Grainbutts. Rongwei Xianbei. Kibe. Maybe? Shibe? I've seen your name on the Sui Regulator's roster. I hung up those robes a long time ago. You suppressed the Shanghai Zong and traced the criminal's master plan. You're the Sui Regulator most storied candleholder of the last century. 40 years ago, you left the Sui Regulator to become a magistrate in Dachling, and you stayed here ever since. Why? My duty is to keep an eye on anything that might threaten Jan. However, Shu is not one of those things. Shu used her own life to cleanse the demonic contamination beneath Dachling. She did. By some unknown means, she forcibly powered up the core city with demon fragments, resulting in the strange monsters we see now. I failed to detect a criminal plan, a clear dereliction of duty. But I've heard that the Chamber's defensive line along the northern bank is imperiled. How can we allocate the manpower to defend Dachling? Got the situation right at the moment. Can we rely on ourselves? These creations come from the power of that proxy, and also the shadows, the demons filled by fear. The struggle is also one of the courage, the human heart itself. How do we stop these monsters, though? The heart can't move without its limbs. The two Motianshis have gone to sever the connection between the various plates in the core city. Our job is to protect the people here. See it done. The candleholder's duty is to carry the fire that drives out the shadows of the firmament. However, the shadows that loom over the people do not come solely from the firmaments. Light the lamp. Let it remain lit. Don't forget that. I'll stop him. I will. No, but don't kill him, though. I need him to be playable for me. This is the debt you must collect. Would it be right to say, long time no see? You shouldn't have come back. At least you weren't one who directly ordered my arrest. For Shu's sake. I can allow you to see her, but after that, be gone. Any further transgressions, however, you only have yourself to blame for any lingering sentiments being set aside. Lingering sentiments. It sounds quite nice when you put it like that. If by lingering sentiments you're referring to trapping her here for a millennium to be a work beast, then your tone suggests you'd prefer we went back to the days when Great Jan was hunting all of you. No, life is self-centered and zero-sum. That much is true for beasts as it is for humans. I simply want to make a deal with you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I missed the name. It was Haru something for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome. This is actually my last stage that I'm reading, though, so it's going to be a bit shorter for you, but I will be streaming, probably Saturday? Someday this weekend, to finish up the event. If I have the time. I should probably actually look and see how much longer this lasts after I finish reading this. I promised you the successful completion of the 12 pagodas in 5 cities, free from the threat of demons and catastrophes. Additionally, the next 3 years shall be beneficent, such that you will have ample time to stockpile food and recuperate. I'm sorry. I will not be looking at your suggestion. I will look at it on my own time, but I won't look at it on stream, just because I don't really know what's going on in CN. And I don't want to spoil myself too much. In exchange, I ask that my sister be freed from this place. You make it sound like Dachling won't be able to overcome this challenge without you. The demons run rampant and the catastrophes are capricious. I should be fully aware of Dachling's situation. How do I know I can trust you? Is it not amply clear to the Sui Regulator what our abilities are? I will do as stated and uphold my side of the deal if you pull out. However, I'll be forced to collect our other assets as collateral. Just know that I too have lingering sentiments when it comes to this land. Sure. I did promise to let you leave. You will do as you stated. But if it's my life you would collect, we'll see just what these demons' blasphemous methods can do. Hey, it's my favorite NPC! Besides G, since I suppose he is NPC right now. The energy core activated on its own, but how? It's not ready yet.
These readings. Is this a joke? That's enough to power a sizable nomadic city for 300 years.
Out of the way, I'll deal with this.
The energy core has gone out of control. It's taken control and is using it to create monsters.
Spare me the abstract. Nobody knows this device better than me. On the other hand, Assistant Minister Ning, I don't need to remind you that the current situation is due to the failures of the Ministry of Rights and Sui Regulator. Out of control, since the day I joined the Tianqi Burrows and began studying engineering. The 3 words I've come to hate most are out of control. So I place a lot more stock in the Grand Commandment's discrimination over mediocrity that the Grand Tutor speaks of.
You'll have plenty of time to impeach the Ministry Reich after this crisis is over. Our top priority is to cut the connection between the plates and the core city. If we can't regain control at that point, then we must destroy the core city.
I understand you don't appreciate the way I fawn upon the powerful figures, but I'm not so petty as to fail to grasp the overall situation. You can go now. I'll stop the device.
All by yourself?
This is my project. My own projects have never gone out of control, nor were they ever. If it's to fail, then I should be the one to destroy it and pay whatever price I must. Got good on you, dude. You want to help me finish this project? Why? I find you a sagacious partner, Minister, Assistant Minister Wong. I trust that our business will go smoothly. I see how much you value this project. Material aid I sent you as a token of my sincerity. And you want me to pay for those supplies, yes? That's fine, name your price. You misunderstand, Assistant Minister Wong. What are these baubles worth compared to you? I've forgotten. What is the annual salary a minister earn in the Ministry of Engineering? How long would you like to occupy that Assistant Minister Wong? He really was just like, I'm gonna make like 17 deals. Everybody I meet, I need to have a deal with. I think it'll be funny. Sees a little kid on the street. Hey there, would you, like to make a deal? I'll give you 5 candies. You give me your soul.
Okay, mister. Sounds good.
Nothing to be surprised about. I know how difficult it was for you to rise from a humble scholar to a second-tier official. For all the hemming and hawing in the court, their plans amount to nothing more than profit, which is why you took such a great risk to help a certain Mandarin deal with the aftermath of human. The best trade deal in the history of trade deals, so true. Get down on there, yeah. Are you threatening me? I'm only out to make a deal here. It is to our mutual benefit that this project be completed. Fine, I accept. You're readily agreeing to the terms, but allow me to remind you that once you've signed this contract, you will have to pay the price, come what may. All under heaven live for profit and die for profit. Huh. Do you think the only thing that matters to me is the minister's robe? There's a lot of you who underestimate me. Ha! Wasn't expecting him to cough up blood. What's wrong? Why did you stop?
Sheng, I'm actually a bit scared. What's happening with all the farmland? Monsters are popping out all over the place, like in the operas.
To be honest, I'm scared too. But I also know there are a lot of people even more scared. And they don't know what to do. There's still something I can do. I can still protect them.
Big Buffalo, even though I always call you Stupid Buffalo, you're actually the smartest person I've ever met. You know so much, much more than anyone else when it comes to farming. Which is why no matter what happens, you have to swear to keep yourself safe. Your dreams will surely come true. Whatever you do, don't think nobody cares about you just because you have no family. It's just...
It's gotten into you all of a sudden.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm scared that I'm blurting out all the things I normally keep buried deep down. If only she were here. She'd know what these things are.
Huh? Who?
What did I just say?
Oh, shoot.
There was someone with us. She knew everything.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. A couple days ago, someone stopped me along the riverbank. Told me a story. Oh, right, the riverbank. How about this song? Not a fan, huh? It's Come Home Soon, Little Flower. Is Come Home Soon, Little Flower the only song you like? Did I tell you that I got into a fight with Hisheng? He said that if I kept skipping school, all the good students would go off to Baizo and I'd have to stay here. So mean, right? Don't you think he's just trying to provoke me for no reason? What's wrong with the way I am anyway? I just want to stay here and wait for my parents to come back. Hey, why are you chasing me off again? Okay, I'm leaving. Whoa, watch where you swing that axe. Hey, Shanghai. There's someone on the other side of the river who hasn't evacuated yet.
Brainbutts, don't run off.
I'll be fine. The mute uncle only listens to me, so I'll have to bring him back. Everyone in Daheng is going to be safe and sound. I'll see you soon in the center of the city.
Let's see. 7 days remaining? Yeah, I can fit in a stream in 7 days. I can do that. Less than 7 days, I suppose. I can do that. I'm doing stretches. Oh, thank you guys so much. That's all I'm doing for today. I mean, 2.5 hours is pretty decent. Well, that's what goes here. I see.
Doctor, need me to give you a shoulder massage? I'm pretty well known for my PT skills.
That line specifically is makes me flustered now. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This is gonna probably be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna use my sanity. I'm gonna use my sanity after the stream, don't worry. Thanks for the stream, Tracy. People happy. Yay! I'm so happy to be streaming. It's been a lot of prepping for that panel, but now that the panel is over, I can get back to doing this, and I'm really happy. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much once again. As always, I'm just really happy to have you guys. I always feel happy when I stream. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody. I'll post in the Discord when I'm streaming next. Bye-bye.